everyone, welcome back to the channel The Noble Trading. I'm Urvana Kapur, your trading psychologist and performance coach. Most of the traders are losing in the market not because of wrong strategy or less knowledge, but because of their faulty trading habits. These can be logical or even psychological habits. In trading, there is a huge issue in identifying when is a trading problem a logical problem, that is a problem with one's trading setup and method and strategy, the technicals, the fundamentals, or when it is a result of a psychological problem, that is due to your wrong mindset, your behavioral biases. So today I'm going to tell you how exactly you can change wrong trading habit of yours at a psychological level. Let's take an example to understand what I mean by logical and psychological problem. Many traders have a habit of realizing huge losses in the market and book very smaller gains. This can be both a psychological and a logical problem. As per the logic, there can be issue with your setup, your strategy, sometimes with the changing market adaptability, because you have a wrong risk reward ratio or you're not calculating the winning ratio correctly. These can be the issue with your setup and the strategy, but these are all the logical ones, which can be calculated and solved. But on the other hand, according to the behavioral finance field of psychology, this is known as a prospect theory, which assumes that the losses and the gains are viewed differently by everyone. We take most of our decisions on our perceived gain than our perceived losses. The way we look at our gains is much more higher than the way we look at the losses. I'll explain this theory in a different video, but for now, let's just stick to the topic. That is, if we have recognized our faults, our bad habits, and our emotional trading patterns, then how do we change them? I have made a full series of videos on emotions while trading on how to recognize these faulty behavioral patterns. If you haven't watched it, you must watch it after this video. Its link is flashing on the right corner, or you can get it in the description as well. In this playlist, I have discussed about all the emotions and how they can affect you as a trader. But today I'm going to discuss how to change these bad habits in simple steps. So let's go ahead and learn this step by step. The first step in breaking any habit, it can be a trading habit, a personal habit, the first step is to become completely aware of its presence and its pattern. We have to be mindful, recognize the habit pattern, become self-aware of our habit and the triggers that are forcing us to take those actions. Let's take a daily life example so that it's easier for you to understand these steps. Let's say my bad habit is overeating. So the first step in change is to recognize when I am starting to crave for food and when I'm going into the kitchen or the refrigerator to find food or scrolling through my food delivery apps. You have to recognize the common pattern of your thoughts and your actions. See, you have to become an observer of your actions and find the starting trigger. In this example, let's see, we notice that we are starving mostly when we are bored. See, if I can't identify when it is happening, how can I control it or change it, right? So the first step is to observe yourself, your thoughts, your associated actions, and become self-aware of your habit patterns. We are traders, so let's take an example of trading. As a trader, you have to observe yourself, your trades, and recognize these bad habits and the most possible triggers behind it. For example, a trader is following a very profitable trading setup and is profitable in most of the trades, but still he has a negative P&L. This is something that has been bugging him a lot. So the first step is to make a trading journal and recognize that which trades are making the most losses. So let's say while observing the trades in his journal, he realized that the losing trades are mostly the ones where he's not following the trading setup and trading on some news or someone's suggestion or any external factors and not the setup that he has decided for himself as a trader. So the first step to change any bad habit is to observe and recognize the habit, the behavior, and also recognize the trigger of your action. Like in this example, we recognize the trigger is the outside news and not the internal dialect, right? So I hope you understand this very step is to become aware. Don't worry, it'll make more sense after we discuss the further steps. So coming on to the next step, which I call the conscious effort to rechannel. Once you recognize the pattern of your habits, the second step is to make conscious effort to rechannel your efforts in the right direction. You have realized and observed what wrong path you were walking on and what were the triggers. So the second step is to rechannel them in the right direction, into the right habits. Let's get back to our example of overeating. When observed, the starting trigger of habit of overeating, we realized that we were feeling starved and finding food mostly when we were bored. So now that we have recognized the pattern, it is easier for us to channel it. Whenever we catch ourselves finding food because we are bored, we just have to do something that keeps us occupied. It can be any recreational activity involving ourselves in some work, some entertainment, anything that can keep us busy and our mind occupied. And with this simple step, we'll be able to fool our mind and it won't get time to urge for food. I know it sounds a little silly, but this is how we can easily fool our mind and rechannel it into the right direction. So the second step is to channel the effort in the right direction so as to change this bad habit of yours. Let's get back to our example of trading habit. When we recognized we are making losing trades on external information, then the rechanneling that we can do here is cut ourselves from external sources for a while. Stay away from the news, the tips, or other fellow traders as well. By this, we are making sure we have eliminated the trigger of our bad habit. Try understanding it. Elimination is really important for your brain to function correctly. In some circumstances, if we can't get off of the external information, then also we have to make sure consciously we are making efforts to not take any trading decisions based on anything other than our trading setup or the rules. So the second step is to make effort in changing this habit. Once you have recognized it, it's easier for you to make efforts to change it. You have to channel it in the right direction. That's it. Make sure whenever the trigger for that habit is there, then you are extremely conscious and make sure you don't take any decisions based on that and instead cut yourself out of those triggers, at least for a while, till the time you get into the right habits. Coming on to the third and the final step, that is observe if it has changed. Once you have recognized your habits and rechanneled your actions and eliminated all your triggers for bad habits, then you need to observe yourself again and see if that rechanneling has made an impactful difference and made you change your habit. In our everyday life example, once we start keeping us busy, we have to observe now, after a while, that whether we have stopped overeating or not. If not, then we need to find a different action that can make an impact. If we come back to our trading example, once we cut off from our external sources of inspiration for trades, we have to get back to our trading journal and see if there is a positive impact. And are we now having a positive P&L, which we were always expecting from the setup we were following? So I hope you understood that these are the very simple 3 steps of changing any habit, whether it's a personal habit or a trading habit. I took both the examples so that it's easier for you to relate to it. You just have to follow 3 simple steps. The first, I know, is the most typical part, that is observe the bad habit. Look at it from a third eye view. What you're doing, what you're thinking at that particular time, how you're reacting to it, what are your actions. You have to observe everything from a third person's point of view. The second step is to rechannel the actions. You know what is right for you as a human being. You just have to make sure whatever observations you made about your habit at that particular stage, you are rechanneling it into the right habits. Like in overeating example, we rechanneled it by keeping ourselves engaged when we were bored so that we don't feel the urge to eat. In the trading habit example, we eliminated ourselves from the outside world so that we don't take decisions based on their decisions and it doesn't impact our trading as such. And the third and the most important thing is to observe whether there has been a difference. Because once you do, that's the only time when you'll start believing in this particular thing and see the impact of it in your real life. Trust me, if you follow these simple steps, as I have told you in this video, you will see a huge impact on yourself, not only in trading as a trader, but also in your personal life. Whenever you see any bad habit of yours, you just have to do these 3 things and that habit is going to rechannelize in the right direction. Try understanding this. We can't change something we're not aware of. So the successful traders are actually studying themselves as traders as much as they are studying the market. So when you feel you have excelled the market, that's when you have to excel yourself as a trader. Observe yourself and study yourself as much you're studying the charts in the market. So dedicate more time in observing yourself, your trades, your emotions, and most importantly, your actions. The more you observe, the more self-aware you are, and the more conscious and logical decisions you will be able to make instead of making psychological and emotional decisions, which can actually impact your trading and which can impact you as a trader as well. So I'm sure you must have understood these simple steps and are going to apply it the next time you observe any bad habits of yours. If you have any difficulty recognizing your triggers for these bad habits while trading, then you can consult me on my number, that is 9999494844, which is also flashing on the screen. I'll help you analyze and evaluate your trading from a psychological perspective and help you rectify, I know, small but very significant bad habits and make sure you are more profitable and a successful trader. To book a demo session, you can WhatsApp me on this number. I hope you like this video. Do press the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Please mention your feedback regarding this video in the comment box. Also, if you have any questions or going through any psychological issues or doing a lot of emotional trading and you think you need someone's assistance, do comment or WhatsApp me. I'll help you and I will personally answer all your queries. I hope this video was beneficial to you. To more about trading mindset, psychology, or successful traders, and also the technical analysis, do subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Thanks for listening. Goodbye and happy trading.